Hey everybody, a little impromptu supplement to my unboxing video that I just did a couple of days ago for Enemy Action Ardennes. I've been running this channel for a little while now, and I've done many reviews, many good reviews, some bad reviews, and some kind of middle of the road. And never before have I received the kind of pushback and feedback that I've received for this unboxing video. I realized that I made some critical statements in regard to the component quality that I first encountered when I unboxed Enemy Action Ardennes. Many of you thought that I was being overly critical. There are several of you who emailed and geek-mailed me privately, suggesting that I had some sort of hidden agenda, that I had some sort of personal axe to grind with Compass Games, some who suggested that I was simply mad because I did not get a free game. I want to address a couple of those. First of all, I have no experience with Compass Games. I have no personal axe to grind with them. I own two Compass games, both arrived roughly within about a week of each other, Silent War and Enemy Action Ardennes. Silent War I received used from my good friend Rick in Texas, but I've not had a chance to play it yet. So I really have no opinion on the playability or quality of Compass Games designs. The Enemy Action Ardennes will really be my first exposure to their games. I have played John Butterfield designs before and love them. My remarks were specifically about component quality, and in that regard, many of you have had problems with some of the statements I made in my video and in the comments section of my YouTube channel and in the comments section of Board Game Geek. Also, for what it's worth, since starting this channel, yes, I've received a couple or three review copies. And by that, I literally mean 2 or 3. In that regard, I'm a customer just like you guys. I purchase my games. I pre-ordered Enemy Action Ardennes, just like the rest of you, a very long time ago. It was well over $100, and I got off cheap, okay? Many of you who pre-ordered the game much more recently paid a lot more, especially you international customers who were recently hit up for extra money through that disastrous email. In any case, I wanted to do a little comparison look at the components, go a little bit more in depth. Some of you thought that I didn't give the game enough of a chance, so I wanted to do a little comparison look at some of the components, and I'm going to let you guys judge for yourself. I'll make my opinions at the end of the video. But check this out, and you decide for yourself what you think. It's all good. All right, let's do it. Okay, let's do some comparisons. Many of you had an issue with the way I kind of flopped the counter sheet around in my unboxing video. My intent was to display how floppy and droopy the counter sheet was. So I've set up a little comparison here. We've got the counter sheet from Enemy Action Ardennes, and also a new counter sheet from Tiger Leader by DBG, a game with a somewhat less but similar price point to Enemy Action Ardennes. They are the same sized counters. These are both 5/8. So let's go ahead and have a look. Here is our counter sheet from EAA. Okay, that's pretty floppy. Tiger Leader. Well, it's not drooping as much. Thickness. It's hard to get a good line-on comparison here. I can tell you these feel much thicker. Let's go ahead and punch a few of them. Okay, I have punched 10 counters from both Enemy Action Ardennes and Tiger Leader, and as you can see, they are both, I believe, 5/8. They are the same size. 10 counters from each. Let's stack them up. Well, there you go. Those are 10 counters from Enemy Action Ardennes, 10 counters from DVG's Tiger Leader, stacked side by side. I'll leave the camera shot on there. You can count them. That's 10 counters each. As you will note, the Tiger Leader counters are significantly thicker. And I admit I've got kind of big fingers. Picking one of these up off of a flat surface with my fingers is very difficult. I had no problem with these. So these, not that I mind that much, but I'll have to bust out my tweezers in order to move these around and pick them up. In addition, I'm sorry to note, the DVG counters, as far as I can tell so far, are all centered pretty nicely. Many of my Enemy Action Ardennes, I don't know if you can make it out, the number here is cut off. Several of the counters are misaligned and cut. A lot of the stats are cut. So these counters here are superior to these, in my opinion. Okay, I also complained about the thin cardstock for Enemy Action Ardennes. Here is a stack of 50 Enemy Action Ardennes cards. Here is a stack of 50 Tiger Leader cards. Again, these two games have similar price points. I think Tiger Leader might be $10 cheaper. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. But 50 of each. And you will notice in these two identical stacks of cards, the Tiger Leader cards are noticeably thicker. They are made of thicker cardstock. I believe them to be much more durable. I will sleeve these because I want to, because I'm really picky about the way I keep my games and I just want to. I will sleeve these because I feel like I have to. That's a distinction that I want to make. Back to the counters for a minute. Here's a few more comparisons. Here you see the counters for Enemy Action Ardennes. Again, the same stack of 10. Here are a stack of 10 counters from a magazine war game, Against the Odds magazine, issue number 43, Islands of the Damned. Again, that's a magazine war game. And just to be fair, the one other Compass game I own, which I have not yet played, Silent War. Here's a stack of 10 counters from Silent War, which retails for $75. And there it is. It would appear that the counters, at least in terms of thickness, are superior for the magazine war game. Now, Silent War is the same. So, now, these are the only two Compass games I own. Both of them I received within a week of each other. I received this used from my friend Rick in Texas. I haven't played it yet. I haven't played either one of these games yet. So, But based on this little comparison, I can now conclude that this counter thickness is consistent for Compass games. This is a counter thickness which I am not satisfied with. Now, the artwork on these counters is brilliant, but I do not like the thickness. I believe there will be a durability issue there. And again, that's Against the Odds magazine, issue number 43, Islands of the Damned. Great game, check it out. Okay, here's the two-player map for Enemy Action Ardennes. Some of you were questioning what it means for hard creasing. And this is what I mean. These creases are extreme for my map. More extreme than I'm accustomed to. And I've zoomed in on Rochefort here. And you can see the printing along these hard creases actually has some damage to them, particularly where the folds meet. The map is actually starting to come apart. Now, to be fair, this is not going to affect my gameplay. I'm going to put this under plexiglass, and it's not going to affect my play of the game. My concern is future playings of this game in terms of the map's durability. This is only the second time I have unfolded this map. The first time was in my unboxing video. There are spots where the map is actually starting to come apart. Not badly, but with repeated use, this map is going to have problems. Okay? I'm not someone who plays a game once or twice and then sells it or trades it. I don't have a several hundred game collection, so it's not something that's going to be pulled out once every 10 or 15 years and played once. My games get played. When I'm in the middle of a review, I often will have another game going at the same time, just for my own personal enjoyment. Yeah, I don't like this. I'm sorry, I just don't. It's not cool. Here is one of the two maps for the magazine Islands of the Damned, Against the Odds, issue number 43. These are quick playing games, both taking around an hour. I've had this map out 8 to 10 times since my review. These are fun games. There's where the corners meet. The map is not coming apart, but you can see the wear. So, but this is a magazine war game, and the paper is thicker with this. Both of the maps that come with this magazine war game are of the same thickness and have similar wear patterns to them. Going back to similar price points, here is the map for Tiger Leader from DBG. It is mounted, it is thick. I would call this top quality. In addition, I've not punched these out yet. I'm not going to yet. I'm not ready to play this game yet. But these are the tiles to make up the different kinds of terrain for the many, many campaigns and scenarios in this game. Now, I'm not trying to pump this game here, okay? I don't know if this game is good or not. I have yet to play it. But these are games with similar price points, so I thought it worthwhile to compare. You've got mounted terrain tiles and a mounted map. Now, if we can go apples to apples here, here is my one other Compass game, Silent War. Again, this was a used copy from Rick in Texas. Thank you, Rick. I know Rick played this at least once or twice. I know he had it set up for quite a while and played on it. Now you can see there's no damage here. Well, maybe a little. Very slight. And there's no hard creasing here. Also, the gauge of the paper, the thickness of the paper in this, I would say is thicker. So, okay, the map for Enemy Action Ardennes, I would say, is not consistent with the other example of a Compass Games map that I have, which is Silent War. Okay, so there you go with that. All right, everybody. So there it is. Think of it what you will. This video had everything to do with component quality. It is not a commentary on the gameplay. I have not played the game yet. I love John Butterfield. I have every reason to believe that this game will be every bit as brilliant as his other designs. This was strictly about components. So, for those of you who have respectfully disagreed with me in your comments, you know what? If you are happy with your components that you received with your game, we're good. I'm not going to fight with you. I'm not going to argue with you. If you're happy, that's all that matters. If you're happy with your game, that's a good thing. I want happy wargamers. Honest, it's good for our hobby. I love our hobby. And I have no intention to burn down any designer or publisher. My intent is to give those who perhaps are considering how to spend their hard-earned gaming dollar the information that they need to make an educated choice. Plain and simple. For me, in my opinion, the price point that this game is currently being sold at for the component quality that is being offered is substandard. I am not happy with my component quality. I hope I illustrated that. If not, well, I don't know what to tell you. I did a comparison with a game with a much smaller price point. I did a comparison with a game, Tiger Leader, with a similar price point. I don't know what else to say. I'm very disappointed in the component quality of Enemy Action Ardennes. Tiger Leader was superior. The magazine game that I compared it to was superior, in my opinion. I don't know what else to say. If you think I'm being overly harsh or critical, you know, I'm sorry. I hope you'll stick with me. I'm here to offer you my honest opinions. There's nothing funny going on here. I've got no gripe, no axe to grind with Compass Games, and I love John Butterfield designs. I want the best for our hobby. So, anyway, I still look forward to hearing you. I love your comments, even if they disagree. Respectful debate and feedback back and forth is why I do this. So, anyway, that's going to be it for this sort of component overview / unboxing. I'm still looking forward to playing this game. You know, I love John Butterfield designs. I have every reason to expect that it will be every bit as good as his past work. You know, what can I tell you? For a guy like me who handles his games a lot, I think these components are probably not going to hold up for it very well. For those of you out there who maybe only play a game and get rid of it, or who play a game once every several years, maybe it's acceptable to you for the price that it's being offered at. But for me, it's not. You know, that's honest, that's real, and that's what I got. So anyway, happy gaming for those of you that are happy with your components. Absolutely enjoy your game. I'm looking forward to hearing what you think about it. It's going to be a while before I get to playing Enemy Action Ardennes. Got a couple of things on the burner ahead of it. So that's it, everybody. Happy gaming, and we'll see you later.